Because when I was playing this morning, I was sort of torn. I was like, am I playing Henry as what I would do in this situation, or am I role playing a 45-year-old man who is guilty about abandoning his wife?
That's on you, man. That's
game
doesn't tell you to feel guilty.
Humanity tells me to feel guilty. But like, how much of that is sort of like how much of the way you react to Delilah, like whether you call her out about her weirdo conversation with someone else, and which also I want to talk about. What was the deal with that?
Yeah, people think she was just talking to someone else.
Why was she talking about me?
She wasn't talking about you. You just assumed that if anyone's talking, it's about you.
If you go back and listen to it, she just wasn't talking about you.
Yeah, the second time through, it's very clear. She's like having a completely separate conversation.
Yeah.
And if you ask her about it, if you're like, "Hey, what's up?" She's like, "Dude, I'm in the middle of something. Please leave me alone."
Yeah, she's just having.
Like I'm just talking to someone.
No, it's like
what
one
are you
of those
paranoid
things,
about?
It's funny. Like if I had to do a director's cut version of the game right now, I would probably put in a third choice there, where you could say, "Hey, I kind of heard you talking to someone. Like, I don't mean. I'm sure it was nothing. Just like the more like pokey one." And she'd be like, "Oh yeah, that was just like this dude in another lookout tower who's like, we're just dealing with this bureaucratic mess, and I don't know what this guy's doing, but it's annoying." Anyway, you ever have any like coworkers, and you would just be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's like life."
We would also reinstate the musical number with the CG like monster that looks kind of like the honeycomb mascot in the special edition for sure. Yeah, definitely. Those two things are going in the special edition.
Right.
Can't wait.
Confirmed. Wow.
When you find that Walkman that plays Old Shoshone, it's instead going to have a CG like creature come out.
Either of you find that? Probably not.
Either of you guys find? Okay.
Okay, cool. So
we can ask you questions.
We can spoil some stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you to tell us like what kind of stuff you think people won't find.
Did you guys find the dead elk?
No, I couldn't find any. I was looking for a bear, couldn't find a bear. Thought there would be a
I found
bear.
the raccoon because you guys showed me where the raccoon.
There's a couple.
Did you find both raccoon encounters?
Man, no one's gonna find any of that.
No, I know. You played it twice and you didn't find the elk. Okay.
So
no, I found both raccoons.
The easiest way to find it is when you leave Brian Goodwin's hideout and you rappel down and you sort of just kind of slowly bend to the left and you're about to go down the first long drop. You go down the long drop, and then as opposed to going left back to the cave, if you go slight right, your wave receiver will go off.
If you go,
oh wow!
Yeah,
you mean your Far Cry 2 wave receiver?
Exactly right. The Far Cry 2, yeah.
And it finds.
It's called the Hawking wave receiver.
I'm very, very proud of you guys for the amount of Far Cry 2 in this game. By the way,
we called it the Anderson 426 or something, but we should have called it the Hawking. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah. Third edit to the
special edition.
Special edition.
Yeah,
if you follow that, you'll find a dead elk.
There's a dead elk, and it has a tracking collar on it that has one of the numbers of the studied subjects from the research site. So if you find that, you can confirm what the research site is actually studying.
That is awesome.
You can also find these.
And then if you go even further, if you decide to go even.
There's a shrub you can push through past that over there. This is basically where the you're in that clearing that you're in on the middle of day 2, where on one direction of it is the old abandoned fire lookout tower, which you guys probably found. But if you go basically the complete opposite side of that over there, you can push through the shrubs, and there's a clearing with an old deck chair and some bottles of gin, and you can find the final note from Ron and Dave and a tape cassette that one of them left a song to the other one on. You can listen to it on your Walkman.
Yeah, it's a song that I wrote and Chris performed. It's awesome.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
You can also find
is
the
it called
lyrics.
Ron and Dave's theme?
No.
Oh, it should be. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Parentheses Old Shoshone. No, it's actually. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, actually, yeah.
If you guys went into the dilapidated outhouse by Hawk's Rest, there's a clipboard there's a notepad in there that has Raccoon Carter's lyrics to a song Old Shoshone. And the final Ron and Dave note were we found the lyrics to this in an outhouse. Anyway, I recorded it. Here it is. So it's one of them found Raccoon Carter's song, left it as a tape for the other guy before he packed out.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can find all that stuff.
Playthrough 3.
Yeah,
you can enjoy that.
Also, if you do find and keep all of the Ron and Dave notes, you and Delilah can have a sort of final conversation about the story of Ron and Dave, and she tells
you don't have to keep
stuff.
them. You just gotta interact with them. And
so I must have been missing one or two because I was trying to get that.
You have to
at the end because I know you have that wall.
There are 6 Ron and Dave notes in the game.
I found 5.
Yeah, it's because the other one's by the tape cassette by that elk.
Damn it, Rodkin!
You probably found you found a turtle, right?
I found 2 turtles.
Okay. Oh, you got the pair of turtles.
I had 2 Turt Reynolds.
Oh, that's great. I think there might only be a way to get one of them now.
I think that's been
fixed.
That is a nightmare.
That might have been. Well, because one problem is once we realized that there was a spawning bug and you could get 2. We're like,
and they're both named.
We got to keep that, but then
we
needed to fix that. It's like, okay, so
yeah, they were both Mayhem Junior in my second playthrough.
It turned out it was easier to fix multiple turtle spawning than it was to implement multiple turtle names.
Because each individual turtle has to remember its own name.
Sure.
Which we're set up for, but I had to
that
in
wasn't
the
taken
engine
into
we could do
account
it, but we
in
hadn't taken into
yeah.
account when we created the object. So it's like, okay, can we roll back that object and then
Because
create
there are
more-
dialogue
yeah.
lines that just refer to the turtle's name, and so it's like, well, then which
turtle?
one is that
Yeah.
now? And like,
we would have had
is
to start putting that stuff on like the local blackboard of those. It would have been
Yeah.
it would have gone crazy.
The way I found the turtle the first time through was I went out to find the bear tracks, and I was like, oh, okay. And I wanted to ignore that objective, and I was like, oh, cool. I'm gonna walk around the lake a little bit. I'm gonna try to go fishing, and I threw my rod in the lake.
Good.
I was like, that's not how you go fishing.
As everyone does.
So I was like
Yeah.
walking around, like, I wonder if can I get it?
It's my
Like,
favorite thing.
do I need to try to find these tracks? And I'm looking for the tracks. I'm looking for my rod, and I'm like, I know that I need to trigger something, so I'm just gonna mess around. And I'm like looking around, and I see the turtle pop up, but I don't see him because he's crawling around in the grass or the leaves.
Where was he?
He's on the.
He was on the
Oh,
ground
yeah,
around
yeah,
the
yeah,
right
yeah.
It's
side.
a turtle down by that like.
Oh, you saw the UI element.
He's up toward Wapiti, and then
Yeah, I know-
I saw
yeah,
the
I know
UI
which one
pop
you're
up.
talking about,
Yeah,
yeah.
I imagine you do. But I found the pop up, and I just freaked out.
The
I was
turtle,
like, I was
turtle.
for like the next 2 minutes. I'm like, where is it? Like I saw it. I know it's here.
Man, he woke up and started crawling around. He's not supposed to do that until you find him.
I think it's
Interesting.
just on the.
I must
on
have
the
just
wall.
I must have kicked him.
Oh,
and,
or he-
and I
you
like
knocked
I had
him.
done it earlier. And
You
I
got
just-
him. You did get him.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And that's like the best animation in the world is when he pops out at you. and-
James Benson, all-star. Yeah.
What a hero.
Amazing.
What did you name your
Hero,
turtle?
man. Turt Reynolds.
Turt Reynolds.
Classic.
that's like the semi-canonical name.
Yeah.
That's
Good.
always the one we use
Good.
internally.
It's the one we use internally. Yeah.
I really wish we implemented the name your own turtle thing. That
Yeah.
was like a stretch.
Yeah, that was an
goal.
idea.
Oh yeah, the one you can name him Turt Reynolds, Shelley Duvall, Bucket, or Mayhem Jr. depending on your dog. And it's a secret. Our initial plan for It's a Secret was that it would pop up a text prompt and let you on a system with a keyboard type in a name. But we ran into all sorts of weird things with the Unity's text entry form. So we ended up just going, nope, and so sorry.
Turt Reynolds is pretty good though.
Fifth director's edition.
I think you skipped right over 4, but whatever.
Yeah. What other great stuff is there to find?
How did you describe
Oh.
yourself on day 3, and did you enjoy the picture of you?
Oh, I said I had tired eyes. I said that
That's the most bummer-looking one.
he looks. Marty had the best explanation this morning when he got to his.
Yeah, so I was playing right next to Mitch, and I get to the picture, and I turn, and I'm just like, that just looks like how our coworker Max draws me when I don't have my glasses on. Because like,
How you described yourself as you had a beard, I bet.
I was beard, I was tired. I don't wear shorts though, so that's the one difference. Yeah.
But you got a self-portrait. You did it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
I said broken nose or beard. I can't remember.
Broken Nose is good.
Broken nose is pretty good.
Yeah, there's something really nice because that drawing at the end in Delilah's Tower just like is generated by all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
of course.
I don't know how many versions of it there are.
Oh
but
man.
Yeah.
So when we first started talking about this, we're like, it's just gonna be a full flattened sprite for every different version of it. And then Nels and Ollie ran the Matrix, and we're like,
You're like,
there are
that's a lot.
46,000 variations of this. We cannot make unique textures for it. So then we had to be like, when you're in Delilah's Tower, you can't use your map because we have to destroy it because we only could have one render texture UI system that draws in the world going at the same time. And we
Yeah.
basically use the entire power of the map to just draw that stupid
Yeah.
portrait.
And you're like basically hovering above your tower at that point, like physically in the game.
Yeah, don't think about it too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, somewhere off in the distance, the camera isn't drawing it because it's told not to, but there's just a giant floating version of that portrait out in space that's like the size of the entire world map that then is drawn onto that little texture that you can pick up. But yeah,
That's one of those
That's
moments
how
where I'm
making
like,
games is so
is making
dumb.
video games really worth it?
No, it does the dumbest shit ever. It's so weird.
that said, it was really good when Ollie drew all the different versions of that and dumped the PSD into the channel, and you
Yeah.
could just like have a weird mix and match, horrible disfigured Henry. It was really fun.
with all his different turtles.
We should make
Yeah.
like a sticker set.
Oh yeah, because it's got all the stuff on the side.
static decals.
Yeah.
magnet poetry or like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're dressing David or whatever
Right.
in your mom's house.
There's also a few. Yeah, what was?
I don't know.
Excuse me.
Like, it seems like moms
we
always
can't let
had
that
those,
slide by.
like moms always had that like the statue of David on like the fridge, and then had all the magnet
Do
clothes.
a lot of moms.
Did
Is that
they?
a thing that
Did
moms
they have that in my
always
town.
have?
I think it was just like a thing in my weird small town where one novelty shop sold it, and then all the moms got it as like.
Mom's
Wyoming.
gotta have
It's
this
a
dress
hot
up
item
David.
of the season.
Wyoming is a very
Wyoming.
strange place.
It is. Yeah.
You know
Wyoming
the old
mom.
classic Wyoming dress up David?
your dress up
That's
David.
what that picture is. Delilah's, I'm making my dress up David of you. Classic Wyoming thing.
Sweet. That's
No.
what Henry would say. All right.
That thing also has some dumb combinations. Like if you tell her that you have a scar and that you wear tuxes, she calls you a Bond villain, and you get some extra stuff in your drawing. If you say that you are Burt Reynolds and you name your turtle Turt Reynolds, you also get some extra stuff in your drawing.
Oh, I've never got that one.
You never got Burt and Turt?
Never got Bert and Turt. That's a
There's
good
a little
one.
heart that says Burt and Turt.
Oh man, that's so good.
Yeah.